Hello PAL fans, welcome to my page. Here on YouTube, I create a video every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, so be sure to tune in and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll get notified on my next video. Let me show you kind of my setup here. This is pretty cool of my studio, my weather studio. You can see the setup with the different cameras and all that. So I just kind of want to show you on the back end of what you're actually seeing. So now on to the weather. So We've experienced some unusually cold weather the last month or two. For the entire summer, about 2 to 3 degrees below normal. And I see that trend continuing for a couple more days. We've had 7 days below normal temperatures, and we're slowly tacking on a degree or two every single day. So far for the month, we've averaged 93.7 degrees. And that's almost matching the analogs. You'd have to go back all the way to 2007 when it averaged 92.1 degrees, and in 2004 it averaged 93.0 degrees. And overall, the average mean has been 82 degrees. That is the coolest in 15 years. Again, the 2004 analog. So, but the good thing is we actually need some rain. We've only had 0.78 inches of rain for the entire month when we averaged 2.17. So the good thing is we got a disturbance coming in from the northwest, swinging by the northeast, and the models are a little bit more aggressive than what it was showing yesterday, so we might get more of that 20 to 30%. I might need to bump that up to a 30 to 40% coverage, which I don't see any complaints there, of rainfall. So, and if we get that cloud cover that I'm expecting, we might not actually even get out of the 80s tomorrow, which would be incredible, again, as we saw this past week. So, as you can kind of see, the temperatures kind of bump up a degree or two every single day. We have yet to hit 100. There's only 2 years we have not hit in the last 120 years of 1906, 1973. I think we're actually kind of transitioning to a 2004 analog where we only hit one time for the entire year. The latest ever was August the 23rd. So we're on an incredible stretch here, and we're going to get close. The data doesn't say we touch 100, but we do get close by Wednesday or Thursday as we climb up into the upper 90s. And those might stick around kind of teetering back and forth until we have, and then one of the things, the reason why this is happening, so I always try to explain the why it's happening. Well, a long-range teleconnection that I usually look at is what they call the AO and the NAO, the North Atlantic Oscillation. It has actually been negative for the past 88 days. It went positive one day, a couple days ago, but overall since April, it has been in a negative phase. So what that basically means is the jet stream allows to buckle, and that's why we've seen the record high temperatures in Alaska, and we've experienced some of the coolest temperatures we've seen in a long time. And that trend, you can see the trend in the negative NAO continuing for the next 2 weeks. So I don't see anything changing because if you look at some of the longer range data as we actually get into not the first week but the second week of August, we potentially have another cold front. I can't believe I'm talking about cold fronts in August, but we actually have another cold front coming down the pike. You can see we might be in the 50s in the northeast, down to the 60s, and if everything works out, we could be highs in the 80s again, like we just experienced. So, and this actually might last for a week or two in the second week. And if you look at some of the ensemble members are actually kind of showing the same thing now. So the teleconnections are showing it, and some of the ensemble members are showing it. So the data is kind of coming together that this actually might come to fruition, that we might experience another cold snap in the middle of the month again, which is again unheard of for August. And if you look at even the longer range data for the entire month of August, it is showing, I think this is pretty aggressive, but it's still showing below normal temperatures. So it's been pretty incredible. The last 100-degree day in Dallas was August the 18th. So we've almost gone a year since we've seen the century mark. So we're in uncharted territory. So let's get on to the tropics. There's not much to talk about right now. We've gone through 2 named storms. Barry was our last one, but as we approach again that second week of August, You can see some of the blues showing up in the latest Euro model. The JMA has upward rising motion, vertical motion attached to it, so we could be more susceptible for something to maybe potentially spin up. The peak of hurricane season is September 10th, so we're starting to get into that time frame where we typically start seeing some sorts of developing, less dust off of the African dust. So, and you can kind of see that the National Hurricane Center has a disturbance. They only give it about a 20% chance, but they had just put this out of something and coming to fruition potentially the next 5 days. And you saw the latest Euro model around the first day or two of August, kind of picking up that as well. So that's about it for the tropics, and I appreciate you guys listening. Thanks for hanging around to the end, POW fans. Did you make sure you actually subscribe to my page and actually ring the bell? Tune in next Sunday at 7 p.m. for my next video, and if you ring the bell, you'll actually get notified when that occurs.